I said earlier, we'll see.
Well, we showed you a graphic yesterday. We're not going to do that today, but we showed you a graphic yesterday of kind of this amazing presentation. We will have one of the authors of that, one of the presenters of that, one that put all that together. He'll probably be with us on Wednesday's show. And we're going to be able to show you some graphics about who's in, who's not, why, and all of the various angles that may explain a little bit more of not only what's already happened, but what also could happen as well. Now, you guys remember the segment with John Martin from Memphis 92.9 ESPN?
Yes.
So he was very opinionated, and he was also, I thought, very passionate, and he wants, obviously, like a lot of people do, Memphis to be who's next, up next, right, next in line. He took some heat for the comment he made about the Liberty Bowl. He took some heat from a lot of Memphis fans, and most of them were older demographic, about him saying that the Liberty Bowl was a dump. And he really was referring to as well the press box. Okay, if you're a fan, you worry about where you sit in concessions. If you're in the media, you probably work on the press box, or you'd like to see the amenities you need. But I had a long letter from George, who was fantastic. He sent it to Brian Etheridge, who sent it to me, and I responded to George today. I think everybody in Memphis would love to see them included in Chapter 2. There's no question about that. But he took like some major darts for saying that the Liberty Bowl was a dump. Now, remember, there's a concern of whether or not they want to go spend money on an on-campus stadium or renovate the Liberty Bowl. And I was the one, and someone asked about, just said that John reported this. I don't know if he was speculating. I was the one that reported that Memphis's incoming president, that the outgoing president did not want to sit there and make decisions for the incoming president and wanted him to lead and put them wherever he wanted to put them, however they wanted to position them to be a part of possibly any kind of Power 5 or the realignment. The commitment to Memphis football is really good. We've seen it. Go look at some pictures from maybe even last year or the last 5 years and where they are now. So I wanted to clarify that. John Martin did not report that. I'm the one that asked him about that because I've heard that from sources who have been really good for us since late July on the Big 12 and those interested in joining or who will be a part of Chapter 2 as well.
I do think that there might be fans that might be a little nostalgic about the Liberty Bowl.
There were fans nostalgic about Floyd Casey. Yeah. They didn't want to move out of that stadium. And look, they got this state-of-the-art. Well, there are some, and sometimes it might be an older group.
Oh, I understand. Nostalgia is powerful. Yeah. Nostalgia is what sells toys, and it's why you've got adults that are still collecting toys and all this. Yeah. Like nostalgia is a powerful thing. I totally get it. I have, my own hobbies that are very much based off of, the cartoons I watched as a kid or something like that, but that's like changing history at the same time as well. Like if you could possibly walk into Floyd Casey versus McLean Stadium, but you know what? Personal memories, like I said, nostalgia, I get it. I think the one tweet that I saw, because I heard that there was a little bit of a back and forth.
Yeah.
The one tweet I saw was just taking things way too seriously, and I just saw that and I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to dive into this pool here. This is a totally different conversation, for I guess Memphis folks to have. But yeah, that was interesting to see and taken a bit seriously by a lot of people.
Here's from Pete Smith, who said this on Twitter. Guys, thanks for your coverage of Memphis. They 100% deserve to be in the Big 12 just as much as any of the new additions. Massive program, backing from the city, football and basketball top-notch. The stadium issue will be resolved, whether new on-campus stadium or massive Liberty Bowl upgrades. Politics, and that's part of the background as well of what they do in the end. Pete, thanks for that, and also those of you who have been back and forth on Twitter with us as well. Is Hayden around?
He's down the hall.
Okay, I was going to check. When we come back, let's take a break here, Paul. 3:20 is the time.
Agreed on Memphis. I think having, Memphis having some of these spots, Orlando, I think that's going to be really cool for Big 12 fans traveling around. If Memphis were to join the party, that is. But we know Orlando will be a spot. That's why it would be cool to add Tulane. Just the New Orleans factor.
We want them.
New Orleans, Orlando, Memphis, Cincy. Let's go. That'd be fun.
That's what we want. We're selfish. We want Hawaii in the damn conference.
Yeah,
why not?
Bring
San
on the
Diego
Rainbow Warriors.
State. Let's do it. By the way, when we come back, we're going to take